Welcome to the Discount Property Investor Podcast, where we show you how to buy real estate at a discount so you can create wealth over time and income today. Our mission is to share what we have learned from the experience of others and help you make more money investing like a pro. We want to teach you how to create wealth by investing in real estate, the Discount Property Investor way. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Discount Property Investor Podcast. I'm your host, David Dodge, joined by co-host Mike Slane.
Hey, guys, how's it going this morning?
Going well, Mike. How are you doing today, buddy?
Doing good. I say this morning because it's 5 a.m. here at the office, and Dave and I are already here recording a podcast for you. We figured it was only appropriate because of today's topic, which we'll get into momentarily.
That's right.
So
Mike had to drag me out of bed to get me here this morning, but I'm here.
He has to set 2 alarms. It's no big deal. All right, guys, if you're a first-time listener, we focus a lot on learning to wholesale. And for the new investor, it's how to get started. One of our things that we offer to everyone is called the free wholesale course. So if you go to freewholesalecourse.com, you can check that out. It's going to give you everything you need to get started. We just had somebody else mention to us, we were talking to him about wholesaling, and he's trying to get started, and he said, man, the course really clarified. Like, I knew a lot of the pieces, but that course really put everything together for me.
Yeah, that's a great point, Mike. You know what? Go ahead.
Yeah, keep going.
Well, the feedback that I've been getting is, all the information's out there, but it's not put together in a nice, easy-to-follow, step-by-step place or checklist for the most part. And that's what the course that we know that we've done is been able to organize it for people so they can follow it and they can learn it, and they can learn it quickly and efficiently.
Yeah. So anyways, if you haven't listened to the podcast, check out the first 10 episodes. Those are really a primer for the free course, as well as check out the freewholesalecourse.com, and you'll be able to really jumpstart your investing career.
That's right.
But back to today. So today we were going to talk about morning time.
Time.
The importance of waking up early, really. That's what I wanted to talk about because I've been really jacked up in the mornings lately. Getting started early, and it's really it has a snowball effect on the rest of your day. I think it's God, I can't even remember the quote at this right now, but it's you really set the tone for the rest of the day by how you start the morning. So a lot of times you get out of bed and you're super groggy, you hit the snooze button, you finally drag yourself out of bed, and you're just kind of need the coffee and fall back onto the couch, drink a glass of coffee, watch the news.
Not wine?
Well, it's the morning. Come on, Dave. So you drink your coffee, maybe Irish coffee, whatever your thing is.
There you go.
And you're just kind of dragging butt. And that, in my experience, kind of sets the tone for the rest of the day, in that if I wake up and it takes me an hour to really wake up and get going, that's time that you're just mentally setting your pace. You're setting your clock for how things are going. So you drag butt for an hour, and then you rush around to get started. Because then it's like, oh, shoot, now I've got to be at the office at 8. I just, it took me an hour to wake up. Then I got to shower. I got to do this. I got to do this.
Yeah, it starts off your morning just in a rush if you're not up early. That's a great point. And it sets the stage for the rest of the day to kind of be in a rush for the most part. There's a great video on Goalcast. I know you watch a lot of those Goalcast videos.
I love those videos.
On Facebook. And it's like a military guy, and he says, you want to change the world, start by making your bed.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Isn't that a good one?
Yeah, I want my wife to watch it.
It's a
she never
great
makes the bed, and I really just want her to make the bed.
There you go. But the whole point of I don't know if I've even seen the whole video, but I've seen that part. And he says, it's if you want to change the world, start by making your bed. Reason being is because you've completed your first task of the day. And even though that was a simple task and it's something that was very easy to complete, it was completed. So the rest of that day, you've set the stage to complete tasks and not, procrastinate, not half-ass things.
Well, and also you've done something. Like, you have accomplished. It's as simple as making the bed. That's
it's an accomplishment.
But you've accomplished something, and you've done it well.
Right.
And that's the whole point. And again, I'm jacked up because it's morning time, and I've been reading. I've read The Miracle Morning 2 times through in the past 2 weeks, and I'm implementing it. So I'm on the first 30 days. I never read it in the past. I read the book in the past, but for whatever reason, it's really got me right now. And he emphasizes the Savers program. So, Dave, we can kind of talk about each one of those things and the importance that each one has. So, setting the stage. Savers is an acronym for Oh, geez. Now I'm going to test myself here because I didn't look it up ahead of time. And I've got it written down.
Uh-oh. Savers.
Uh-huh.
It's the acronym from the Miracle Morning book.
Acronym for the Miracle Morning book. I'm going to look it up.
Look it up.
I don't want to mess this up here.
Yeah, no problem at all. Miracle Morning is a great book, guys. I've read it.
Here it is. This is the one I look at.
I've read it in the past. It's been a couple of months, probably been 7 to 10 months since I've read it.
There you go, Dave.
But it's a very good book. So go ahead, Mike.
All right.
You've
So
obviously
anyways,
read it recently.
So starting with the Miracle Morning, you basically, the whole idea, and Dave, you actually bought a mat. I wanted to talk to you about that. The alarm clock mat that forces you to get up.
Yeah.
Have you started using that yet?
The alarm on it is so annoying. My fiance is not happy
That's the
with
whole
me.
point.
Yeah, but what I was thinking, I haven't done this yet, but like my problem is when I wake up in the morning, I hit the snooze button, or I'll just turn the alarm off. And this mat I bought on Amazon, it was like $60. I can't remember. I think it's called. I forget what it's called. Look it up. But anyway, it is something where you have to stand on it for 10 seconds in order for the alarm to stop going off. And I thought on mornings that I really need to get up, that like I can't afford to hit the snooze.
We appreciate you using it this morning.
Right, right. Is put the mat in the shower. Because then I have to get up and get in the shower to step on it. And at that point, it's like, well, I can either walk all the way back to the bedroom.
So the mat itself has an alarm too?
The mat itself is an alarm. Is an alarm,
I
right.
thought it was like connected to your phone or something.
No. It's totally disconnected.
Oh, jeez.
You set it on the mat. You know, it has a little battery pack in there, and then it's got a sensor in the mat. It's about this. It's maybe like.
It's like a little floor mat.
It's like a little floor mat, exactly. But it's called. I can't remember what it's called either.
Or doormat. Yeah.
Doormat, exactly. But you put it in. It's real light. Put it in the shower. So you have to step on it to wake up, and then you just toss it out of the shower, and then you can start your morning. But it keeps you from hitting snooze. It gets you out of bed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
I thought it was connected to the
clever.
phone. So like
No, it's actually not that smart. But that's a good thing though, because it prevents you from just hitting snooze on your phone.
Yeah.
You have to stand on this mat. You can set the timer to be 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, even 30 seconds.
That's awesome.
To where you get to be up.
A free hack to do that though is what I always tell my wife, because she's one of those who hits snooze all the time. Is set your alarm to loud and set it across the room.
Set it across the room.
You have to get out of bed.
Right.
The whole point is when the alarm goes off, what's the point of hitting snooze? You hate waking up in the morning. You're so tired. Why do you want to do that over and over again?
Why do you even set it?
Why do you want to do that over
to
and over?
Hit snooze. That's true. If you don't want to wake up, don't set the alarm.
Well, yeah. You're just. If I don't like waking up, why do that 3 times in the morning?
That's a great point.
Just wake up once and get out of bed. Like, just start doing it.
Yeah, I need to implement that. So that's why I bought the Matty or whatever
There's
you
no
called
reason.
it.
There's no reason for that. So get up out of bed when your alarm goes off. That's the first thing. The next thing is go splash some water in your face. It just helps wake you up. Some cold water if it's warm out. Some hot water if it's cold.
Right.
Whatever you like. Just splash some water in your face to help you wake up. Then brush your teeth.
Oh, it's called the Ruggie.
The Ruggie.
Ruggie.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a great little tool.
We'll put a link in there too. You know, we're not getting any commissions off it, but we'll throw it in there. What the hell? So anyways, so the Miracle Morning, just get your butt out of bed, splash some water in your face, brush your teeth so you're awake, and then drink a big glass of water.
Oh, that's a great point, having the water.
And there's so many, there's like an ancient Chinese thing I heard that like they're healthier or something. They always drink a glass of water right when they wake up, and it helps promote blah, 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 blah. Well, it's true. Your body, you haven't been able to drink water the whole time you're sleeping, and you sweat and you breathe, and every time you exhale, you're letting out some of your some of the water that's in your body. So again, there's 8 hours or so that you haven't had a chance to replenish that water. So wake up, splash some water in your face, brush your teeth, drink a big glass of water. That's going to help you get going. It's going to help you wake up. Then you go through the SAVERS, and the SAVERS again is an acronym for silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. Scribing being writing, but he couldn't fit the W in. At least that's what he says. That's what Hal says in the Miracle Morning book.
Right.
So these things are...
Which is just basically journaling, right?
Exactly. Keep a journal.
Okay. Let's run through these steps one by one if you don't mind here. So SAVERS, SAVERS, it's an acronym. So silence is the first one. Silence is pretty easy. I would imagine that means like meditating, breathing, stuff like that, right? Maybe even prayer.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that's silence.
And again, the whole point is to calm your mind, to set your pace for the day, so that you are, you're in control of your life. I mean, it's just to take.
Like we talked about earlier, Mike, waking up in a frantic rush and being stressed and upset and probably even angry. Sometimes I wake up
a little bit angry, a little depressed,
right.
a little just
all of those emotions. Yeah, by just taking a minute to breathe and I'm not a religious person and I don't meditate, but I'd like to start meditating. But really just breathing exercises are so important and so...
Oprah meditates.
That's right.
She's way richer than you.
She's way richer than me. That's right. But really, just breathing though, it helps alleviate a lot of the stresses and depressions that anybody may have, or any emotional thought that they may have in the morning.
It is, and meditation.
The
value of meditation. I don't think we need to really argue the benefits of it because they are so numerous. But again, it is. And my thought is controlling your thoughts. So if you can just learn to control your thoughts, you learn to control your life.
Right.
So it's extremely important to sit in silence and just, again, the simplest meditation, just to think about your breaths. So
That's
just
right.
think about breathing in and breathing out, and just
thinking
focus
about it.
on that.
Right.
See how long you can do it. I know it sounds stupid, but
10 minutes of breathing is a long time.
Dude,
Long.
60 seconds
Right.
of just focusing on your breathing and not having any other thoughts pop in your head is impossible.
It is. Without having other thoughts come in, you're absolutely right.
For somebody with ADD,
like me,
to be able to get to...
I'm lucky to make it 10 seconds.
Right, to get to 2 to 3 minutes of just focusing on your breath is incredibly beneficial.
That's so true. That's
so
again,
true. I'm super jacked up about it.
So what's the next one here?
Next one is affirmations.
Okay, what's an affirmation?
And an affirmation is going to be different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your personal affirmations are going to be different throughout. I guess the easiest way to describe it is, who's that? Stuart Smalley, the Saturday Night Live skit. I'm good enough. I'm whatever.
Yeah.
And gosh darn it, people like me.
People like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically an affirmation.
That's the example of an affirmation, and it sounds silly, especially when you put it in that tone. But it's whatever you tell yourself becomes true.
Yeah.
So we've mentioned, I think, that quote before. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
You're right.
That's by Henry Ford, I believe. So that's the whole thing. So you're setting the stage for, hey, I am good enough. I have the ability to accomplish anything else that anyone else in the world has accomplished. I'm a human. They're a human. They have no other skill set that I don't have or I can't develop. Again, something like that. You repeat it to yourself. And again, I really encourage you to check out the Miracle Morning book. He gives out a whole bunch of examples, really good ones, of things to say. And if you're struggling with depression, there's a great one. If you're looking to be a level 10 leader, there's a whole bunch of really good affirmations in there as well. So really struck home with me.
Okay, cool. So we got silence, we have affirmations. Mm-hmm. What's the next one
then
here?
Visualization.
Visualization.
Dave, you like this one, though. You got
so visualization is...
the vision board, bro.
I have a vision board. I actually have like 4 of them. Probably need to get rid of a couple of them. But
just make one big one.
I need to make a bigger one. Right. But visualization, I have trouble pronouncing that word, is a great thing to do in the morning. It's essentially puts out things that you visualize yourself doing, being, or having.
Exactly. Very well
That's
said.
kind of why that's what I like to look at it that way. So, my vision board at this point is filled with a lot of material possessions, which I need to kind of change that up a little bit, But I have things on there that I visualize myself owning down the road. And by looking at that and visualizing myself touching or feeling or holding or being inside of these things, inside, for example, like a house or a boat or something along those lines, it makes me it makes me put into perspective like what I'm working towards.
Yeah, well, and it is. So that's the whole visualization. The point of it is that if you feel yourself in that spot, it's more powerful than just saying, "Oh, I would
love to have that someday."
Oh man, I'd love to have a yacht.
Instead, visualize yourself in that 75,000 square foot house.
Just a mini mansion.
Just a little mini house, But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So the visualization's important. I was going to say,
but you can do that mentally. You don't have to have a board. I mean, really, I think the Miracle Morning,
it is
silence, something you do in your head on your own. Affirmation, something you speak out loud or even say to yourself. But I think the power is to actually say that out loud. Visualization is the same thing. Like, you have to imagine yourself in the environment, doing the thing or having the thing that you want in this life.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's not, you don't even have to go that far. So he even talks about just visualizing how you're going to accomplish what you want to accomplish that day.
That's
so
a great,
literally just
great
think
tool.
about your day, what you have to accomplish, and visualize yourself. I'm having trouble with that one too.
Right.
Visualize yourself completing all the tasks that you need to complete to have a successful day and to feel good at the end of the day that I did what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's really powerful.
Man, while we're sitting here talking about these, and I'm looking at the acronym, and I'm looking at the what is this, 6 different things. I'm trying to, in my own mind, determine which one of these is the most important, and they're all equally important.
See, that's the problem.
They're all equally important.
Yeah, that's the problem.
There's nothing that you can really say, this is, if I can only do 1 or 2 of these, I'm going to do that you could just pick from. They're all equally important.
So I will say I pick one over the rest.
Which one?
And I'm going to say, and it's the next one, which is exercise.
Okay.
And the reason I pick exercise over the rest is because without a healthy body, you can't do everything else you want to do.
Okay.
I think your health is your most important asset, and it's something I've neglected.
Right.
So again, that's part of the reason why this is hitting home for me.
So E of say versus exercise.
Yeah, E is exercise. And again, I think to me, and maybe it's just me, I think that it's the most important because, again, you don't have the energy to get up and do the other things you want to do if you're kind of fat and out of shape.
Right. Well, wealth and happiness and everything else goes by the wayside if you don't have your health.
You lose that motivation.
Right.
And again, I mean, we put all this poisonous food in our bodies. I mean, the fast food and everything. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, absolutely.
Processed foods and sugars, and if you're not eating healthy things and exercising, taking care of your body, you're not able to do as well.
You can't enjoy the wealth that you're creating for yourself in your job.
So there's another saying is that you spend your youth chasing wealth, and then you spend your wealth chasing health.
So true.
So I mean, that's what a lot of people end up doing is, they go after money, and then shoot, I'm old, I got all this money, and now I'm starting to get sick, and you got to start spending all your money on your health. So
that's such a great point.
Don't do that. Take care of your body first, and everything else will fall in place.
One last thing on the whole exercise topic here is, I think a lot of people they get caught up on exercise in the event that they tell themselves that, even going for a 10 or 15 minute walk, isn't enough for them. And like whenever they think of exercise, that means like going to the gym and like lifting weights or swimming laps or do something over the top. And that's not the case. If you just implement a short 10 or 15 minute walk into your morning, every morning.
That's huge.
That is huge.
Yeah, if you're
you
someone,
don't have to get your heart rate up to 12,000 beats a second to get an exercise in.
Well, I don't think that's healthy.
Well, that was a little exaggeration, but just a little bit. But just going for a walk in the morning, that's a great way to just. It helps with some of the other things. You can do your affirmations, you can do your visualizations even on a walk. So you can combine a couple of these together.
So the next thing is reading.
Right.
And Dave and I are probably as guilty as I'd say everyone out there else that's listening to our podcast of listening to books, of listening to audiobooks.
I listen to books more than I read
reading
books.
But again, I am not 100% sold on the fact that I actually need to read. So I still consider listening to my audiobooks beneficial.
Me too.
Close to the level of reading.
In this day and age, 2017, October, it's, the fully autonomous car isn't here yet. And when it is, I'd love to read while I'm in the car.
Yeah,
but I can't do that. And the nature of our business, unfortunately, is a lot of running around. It's a lot of looking at properties and being on the highway and being on the road and the audiobook, Audible, thank God for Audible.
Oh yeah, we love Audible.
It's an efficient way to get the information, But reading, I think, has a powerful set of characteristics that you don't get from listening.
It does. It does. You engage more, of your brain, obviously.
I think the comprehension is a little higher with reading.
Well, and I don't listen to my books at 1.5 speed or 2 times speed like I do most of my podcasts or audiobooks.
Right. That's true.
So it gives you more time to, actually think and digest it.
That's a great
so
point.
I say that, and I am actually going back and rereading a couple of books right now and actually taking the time because I'm doing the Miracle Morning. So I'm taking 10 minutes every morning to actually physically pick up a book and read it because I think there is some value in it.
Right.
So
let me ask you this, Mike. If you're reading 10 minutes a morning, can you get through a book in maybe a 2-week period or 3-week period?
Yeah, it's a couple weeks probably.
A couple weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. But that's fine. If you can read an extra 15 books a year, let's say, maybe even...
Well, call it 12. Say you get through one a month. Say you're a slow reader.
12 books.
300 pages
You
or
know
so.
what, though? Honestly, that's 12 books more than the next person's reading.
More than anybody's reading.
Yeah.
I mean,
So true.
Very few people are reading that.
I try to get through, I'd say, 2 books a month on Audible, and that's even difficult. But starting to read, I think would definitely help a lot too.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So
what
the
do we got next here?
last one is scribing, which again he kind of cheated. It's writing, so it's journaling, and this one I haven't been doing to my full potential. But again, it's just really to reflect on your goals, your progress throughout your day, your past day. You can reflect on your previous day, and just to track it. And
Yeah, and like scribing could be as simple as writing your goals down. Doing that on a daily basis, like we just did an exercise here at our office, where we pick 3 main goals, break those down into 3 sub goals, and then break each sub goal down into 3 more sub goals. So we essentially have quite a few of them, but we wrote those down on index cards, and the purpose of the exercise is to read those cards morning and night, every morning and every night. And scribing is very similar. Write down your goals. You could even write down your affirmations, or write down what you're visualizing.
Sure.
It doesn't have to necessarily be a reflection. I think that's probably what he's getting at here. But just any type of journaling it's good. It's good for the brain. It's good for the mind.
Well, and also think about, and then he even says you can type it. A lot of people like to type now, but think about actually physically writing. How often do you actually sit down and physically write?
Not very.
Like never. Again, I don't even think they teach cursive in schools or something. I heard that. And
right.
I mean, it's a lost art, and it is something, it engages motor skills.
Teaching 8 and 9-year-olds how to type now instead of writing cursive.
Cool. It's kind of cool, but kind of the world we live in.
Right.
Anyways, I was really jacked up about the Miracle Morning, so I forced Dave up early on a weekday here to get in.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. I'm going to be productive today. It's going to be one of the best days of the week.
Exactly, guys. So again, if you are looking to kind of jumpstart the rest of your day, which I think is going to help boost your productivity and your success levels, check out the Miracle Morning book. Absolutely loved it. And start implementing the savers. Again, you can just Google the Miracle Morning savers and start implementing that. I mean, you don't even have to read the book. But again, these are all different things that will help you be more successful. Oh, regarding time too, this doesn't have to be a 3-hour process. Each one of these things can be 2-3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Even
exercise.
Even exercise.
I guess one thing I forgot about exercise is you can stretch.
Yeah. Well,
stretching is considered exercise, really. Look at yoga.
That's what Hal, one of his favorite exercises he says now is yoga.
Right.
So yeah, I mean that's
yoga. True. You can do a 2 to 3 minute stretch, a full body. Right. There's great point.
So again, this can be a 15-minute process in the morning.
Yeah.
It does not have to be all morning. But again, it's just these are things that other people don't do, or you just don't take the time out of your daily life to do. Think about, I don't even know what it's called. It's like sharpening the saw, though. Like this is the thing that's going to jumpstart everything else. If you know what your goals are and you think about them every day and you put them in front of yourself and you reflect on them, you exercise a little bit, you work on educating yourself through reading. I mean, think about if you did all that every day, how much further you would be next year. Yeah,
that's so true. Well, I'm going to implement this too, Mike. I've read the book, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't really,
Me too.
take it to heart and actually do it. But I'm glad that we're reviewing and doing this podcast this morning. So I'm glad to hear your.
Hey, I motivated at least one person.
That's right. Doing it. Are you 2 weeks in at this point? Or?
Yeah,
that's great, man. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Second week of doing it, and I'm in my workout clothes. Headed to the gym.
Go to the gym, man. That's great.
All right,
that's
guys.
Great.
Thank you guys for listening. If I think we gave you plenty of quotes throughout the episode,
I think
so we're not gonna end with one. Again, if you're a first-time listener, please go check out our free wholesale course. We'd love for you to get started in real estate, even though this wasn't a 100% real estate-focused podcast today. We'd love for you to get started investing through wholesaling. Reach out to us with any other questions you have. And again, thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks for listening, guys. Until next time.
Thanks for listening to the Discount Property Investor Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to help us reach a wider audience. We would also appreciate it if you left us a review on iTunes or Stitcher. Thanks in advance for your support. And remember, you make your money when you buy and get paid when you sell. Now let's go build some wealth.